Hello, I'm Nickleby, and this is Woods for Thought. It's been like video in a week. I managed to bruise my eye. You can't tell because my skin doesn't turn to the, pigment of aliens. It just stays this nice, pale, pasty color whether I punched in the eye or not. And then I got a concussion, and then I got a cold, so my voice might be weird, but this is like my longest time standing up in 5 days. It's pretty impressive, guys. I bought 21 books this month, but I'm going to start with my non-classics because the majority of them are, and most people on BookTube don't want to hear about classics, but I want to talk about them, so I'll appease the masses first. The masses that don't exist. I Am Messenger, which is a book by the same author of The Book Thief, and it is talking about a mystery. He is a really ordinary guy, and then he stops a robbery and starts getting cards in the mail. The Help, which is a book covering racism in the 60s. I'm all about books empowering people, stopping racism and ignorance. This is City of Glass by Cassandra Clare. Will Grayson, which is about two boys both living in Chicago, named Will Grayson. For my pseudo-classics, this is a modern classic, Brave New World. It's the first dystopian, pretty much. Dancing Girls, which is the first collection of short stories by Margaret Atwood, who is a Canadian classic author who's still alive, so maybe not so classic. She wrote The Handmaid's Tale, which I have sadly not found a copy of yet, and she lives like an hour away from me, which is really exciting. Return of Sherlock Holmes. I will start reading the series as soon as I find a version of Study in Scarlet in a thrift store. I'm really starting to get a lot of Dickens books, which makes me really happy. But this is Oliver Twist. It's about an orphan who gets involved with thieves. Great Expectations, my second version of this book, because this is completely falling apart. It's about an orphan boy who wants to be rich. And then I have a third Dickens book, and it's Nicholas Nickleby, and you'd never guess the premise. It's about an orphan, wants to be, we're not really sure, but he's penniless, and it's massive, so I'm not going to read it right away. The Iliad and the Odyssey. So these are both about the Trojan War. This is about the actual Trojan War. This is about Odysseus trying to get home from the Trojan War, which, he has quite adventures. He sleeps with a bunch of women. Like a lot of women, like every single woman he ever meets on the trip. He's home and wants to murder his wife. She slept with someone because sexism never existed, guys. It doesn't exist at all, actually, I don't think. And I have a few non-fiction books that I bought. The Portable Machiavelli, which is awesome. It is better to be feared than to be loved. I wanted to read The Prince in its entirety for a really long time, and I saw this and I was like, Encyclopedia of World History. It's kind of like a dictionary almost. The greatest books you will never read. It is about a bunch of unpublished manuscripts from famous authors and why their book isn't published. And this is my one and only new book. Jonathan Swift's Gulliver Travels, which I'm really excited. I love his satirical essays, and I read his satirical essays for fun. And then I have Charlotte Bronte's Shirley. It's a social commentary about Caroline, who is a very poor woman, and Shirley, who's a very rich woman, and it's talking about the discrepancies. Frankenstein, which I was like, I don't like horror books. I'm not going to read this one, even though I want to read all the classics. But it's not a horror book. It's just talking about what does it really mean to be human. Because he wants to be human, and he falls in love and all this stuff, and he's not human. It's sad, okay? Sword in the Stone, which is an adapted version of Future King by T.H. White, who I've always wanted to read. So even if this is like a more kiddish abridged version, I'm still happy that I have it. Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy, which is about a woman who has an affair because she's stuck in an unloving marriage. I always wanted to read Russian literature, and I know that these books are very heavy on social commentary, which is something I love too, so I'm excited. That was my July book haul. Please let me know what you read last month and what you bought last month. I look forward to everything. Have a great day.